Cheers.
Cheers. It's nice.
It's nice. It's very refreshing. This is from my dad.
Thank you, Dad.
We maybe I should have drunken this a little bit earlier. This is bottled in January, so it's been a few months. But yeah, this is Denyu, so rice field friends.
Rice field
friends. Talk about the I feel like this could be so. This actually kind of reminds me of like urakasumi a little bit. You know, like the basic that we have.
Yeah. I can see where you're going from there.
Oh yeah.
This is smooth.
You know what? This is why it's not hitting us the right way. This is from Niigata. That's why. I'm not a huge fan of Niigata sake. So
I like this, man. It's very smooth.
It's good. It is smooth. It is smooth. For a Niigata sake, it's really smooth. So I can say this because it's my dad. And, in Japan, you're not allowed to talk nice about your family in front of others. It's poor taste.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
So like the thing is that if you know how Japan is so like stratified and like you have uchi to soto?
Yeah.
So you can't, traditionally, it's changing now. Of course, culture's changed now. But traditionally, it was in poor taste to like compliment your family in front of other people. So if someone's like, "Oh, your wife is so beautiful," you're like, no, she's pretty ugly. Like you'd have to say that and stuff.
That fat beast.
Maybe not go that far, but yeah. So I remember like at my wedding, my dad was supposed to give a speech at the end of the wedding, and he just gave a speech telling the world how great his son is at the wedding. Now just like, Dad, you were not supposed to do that. And I was like, he's like, you should have told me. I was like,
my son is the best in the world.
Yeah.
You people pale in comparison.
Yeah, well, my dad, he's been on the show a couple times. But what are we talking about today?
Veganism,
which is the exact opposite of my dad because he'll never go vegan. He's a big meat eater.
God, dude. Okay. Yeah. I just want to preface this. I think we have some vegans in our community.
We definitely do. Yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. So veganism is not really big in Japan.
Yeah.
But for Japanese people who move abroad or spend a lot of time in the United States, I feel like a decent amount of them become vegans.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I want to talk about this before we dive into like really discussing veganism and stuff, because so much of Japanese food doesn't involve meat.
Yeah.
Or animal products.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if
fish is included a lot, but
sure. But like if I were to close my eyes and imagine like really traditional Japanese food, I would say, and I think this is a conservative guess, 80% of it is vegetables and like non-animal products.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like you think of like tofu, you think of nori, you think of rice, you think of like a bunch of different vegetables, right? And knowing that, it's weird to me how small vegan culture is here.
Yeah. Well, you know why?
Why?
It's because, so the reason why, so do you know why Japan is like, why the traditional Japanese diet was very much vegetable heavy? It's because of Buddhism. You're not allowed to eat animals.
Sure.
So you could eat birds and you could eat fish, but you couldn't eat animals that live on the land.
Yeah.
And so that was a big part of it. But fish was still really plentiful. People always ate fish, but veganism counts out fish. But when you think about, you need fish to make dashi, which is like the taste of Japanese food that goes into everything.
That's true.
So that's kind of that's kind of thing. So I think vegetarianism would make more sense.
I think in general vegetarian. I mean, I'm projecting my opinion. I apologize, vegan people, but I think vegetarianism is a much more sensible thing to do.
What is like the image of vegan people in the United States?
Very negative.
Yeah,
extremely negative.
How so?
People find them obnoxious.
Yeah,
like that. If you were to ask me what word I think of when I think of a vegan in America, obnoxious.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. So like, I feel like this has got to be like a bit of an American cultural thing or something, because it's not just veganism. You have people who say that they don't eat gluten. Yeah. People who say they have all these allergies.
Yeah.
But what's crazy, and for the allergies thing, like if you have an actual reaction to it, that's one thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like what I see in America a lot is people almost like emphasizing, parading like, oh, I can't eat that. I'm not going to eat that. Oh, that's unhealthy. I can't eat that. I'm against that.
So I think my problem with it, and I think a lot of people's problem with it is in America, right, is it not necessarily people's choices, right? Yeah. Like, I don't inherently have a problem with someone being vegan.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, cool. You don't eat animal products, whatever.
Great.
But there is a sense of like entitlement that I think a lot of people in the US have when they're gluten-free, when they're vegan, like they just think they're better than other people.
Yeah. And they want to try to force everyone to accommodate them.
Right. And it's like, wait, you eat meat? You know red meat's bad for you. Yeah. According to who?
Yeah.
You know? Like literally all research and all science right now that has been done recently has shown that like all that red meat scare is complete nonsense.
Yeah, grass-fed.
Yeah.
Grass-fed.
Yeah. And you know, it's just like, look, if that's the lifestyle you pick, that's great, but it's like it's so American for people to force their beliefs on other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's not even just so there's so actually, Komin, there's something I want you to bring up on YouTube. So, Komin, can you bring up something on YouTube for me? Okay, so just go to YouTube and search. We'll bring it up in the channel too, but search YouTube and then type in JP. Oh, is it vegan? I think vegan. Vegan is a good one. Vegan is a good one. Because so there's this guy, I forget what his full name is, but it's his channel years ago. Now he's very into like far right politics. I don't really watch him very much anymore. But what? I don't know.
Really?
So Yumi,
this guy, I know this guy.
So Yumi, the first video up there of the first video, sorry, 共有して押さないで you can just do 画面共有 and then people can see the thumbnail. So you can So this guy, he basically pretends. Oh, the video that got JP really famous was how to be spiritual.
Yeah,
it's like how to be spiritual. You think you're better than everyone else.
So yeah, this guy's whole thing is he makes his entire persona a parody. Of like kind of cringy American culture.
Yeah.
So he tries to make himself look like a hippie.
Yeah.
Like that's his whole thing on his YouTube channel.
Oh, and Komin, can you also put in, so in the Kansakuba, can you put in JP gluten? Can you put in gluten? Because he has one about gluten free.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, he's eating bread. He's like, is there gluten in this? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about, these videos are just jokes being like, oh, all these people with all these dietary restrictions, they try to feel superior than other people and lord it over you.
And so I think that's the real crux of the issue, because like I said before, I don't have any problem with somebody like choosing this.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I think the majority of people who choose to become vegan, at least in America, I don't know.
Okay, you mean that?
I don't know about vegan culture in Japan, but the majority of people seem to choose these dietary restrictions just so they can lord it over other people.
Well, like, so
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but so what happens when someone becomes a vegan is it's not just that they make this personal decision, because a lot of people, after they see the animal cruelty in the meat industry, they choose to be vegan, and I can understand why. But,
very legitimate reason.
But then they become like missionaries, proselytizing, like they will announce
they'll
become zealots. Yeah, they will announce to their family that they're vegan. They don't eat meat anymore, and when they sit at the table and their family is eating some meat, they'll say, "Do you know a cow died for that?"
Yeah,
you know,
and it's like, it's delicious. Thank you, Bessie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's like this. So that's kind of the image of vegans in the United States.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing though. So I feel like veganism is much more of a West Coast thing than an East Coast thing. Because
definitely, man.
There are definitely vegan restaurants on the East Coast, but
it's a California thing. Okay, don't lump us into it.
Okay, not that. But I saw a decent amount of vegan restaurants in Seattle too, though.
Freaking people from San Francisco keep moving to Seattle and drives me nuts. So we used to just be boring and depressed.
Yeah, that's true. So have you ever eaten at a vegan restaurant before?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
Crappy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
The salads were fine.
Of course.
Right. Yeah. Obviously.
You can't mess up a salad.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, you'll have a salad, and usually like the dressing you'll have is like sesame oil.
Yeah.
Right. And that's fine. It
Yeah.
tastes good. But you know what? Can we just, as a world culture, can we come together and stop this bullshit fake meat thing?
Yeah, pretending.
Oh, dude, it tastes exactly like steak.
Yeah.
Oh, this tastes like chicken. No, it doesn't. It tastes like cardboard.
If you're vegan and you miss meat, just eat meat.
God, man, it's just it's so infuriating. It's like, why do you lie?
Yeah.
Why do you lie?
Well, it's funny because they like years ago they had like what was it called, the Beyond Burger or something like that.
Yeah, there was like the Beyond Burger. There's like was it the Infinity Burger
or something like
that? There's like all this name for this like slop.
Yeah.
And that's like literally the only way I can describe it. And the thing that infuriates me is, hey guys, if you've watched this far, you're going to love our Austin and Arthur friends.
In the Austin and Arthur friends, you're going to really improve your English listening. And I mean a lot.
Yeah. So for each episode, you'll get English and Japanese subtitles, so you can check your listening and comprehension.
You'll also get access to a members-only community where you can talk with us, the both of us. Mainly me, right?
No, definitely not. For more info, click on the link here, or in the description box of this video.
Thanks for being our friend. Woo! I have no friends.
If you guys just made food that's designed to be meatless, it'll taste good.
Yeah.
I've had tons of salad that have been like sesame oil, have like onions and all these vegetables mixed in. It's great.
Yeah.
Tofu's amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Fresh tofu is amazing.
Oh, it's so good, right? There's like all of these different things. Nuts. I love nuts. Like fruit. Like there's so many different ways you can prepare meals that are vegan and actually have flavor.
Yeah, right.
Right? It's like, why do you guys insist on trying to make this crap?
Well, so this kind of goes back to like that episode we did a couple years ago, one of our most popular one, where like Americans are more performative. They're almost more fake because I remember, so the first vegan restaurant that I went to that I remember was on 50th and not quite University. It was do you remember the street names? It was like the one to the west of University. It started with a B, I think it was. Maybe not.
B.
But it was right. So it was one street.
Pine.
No, it was one street off of University Way, and it was on 50th Avenue. So it was kind of like near Jack in the Box a little bit.
No, I know exactly what you're. I just can't remember.
So in
the
that
street
area,
name.
there was a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
And they kind of emphasized, like, the whole thing was like a theme park of we are one with nature and we love things. Yeah. And the food tasted like shit.
Yeah.
It was so flavorless. But
so bad,
but
right?
here's the thing though. So on my 30th birthday, because 30 is kind of a big year. It's like, oh, I'm really, 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 really an adult now, I feel.
Yeah.
So for my 30th birthday, I actually went to a ryokan by myself.
Okay.
Alone, just to have a day to myself. And it was in like it was not Hakone, but it starts with Yugahara or something like Yugawara. It was in Yugawara.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because it's right next to Hakone.
Okay.
So it's in that area. But I didn't realize that it was like a super spiritual, like vegan ryokan. I was like, oh shit, this is a vegan ryokan. What's going to happen? But that meal that I had was amazing.
Was it?
It was one of the best like meals I've had in Japan, and it was vegan Japanese food. And they weren't like, there wasn't like themed of like, oh, we're vegan, we're one with world. It was like, here's good food that's vegan. It was so good.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just like, it's the same thing with like all these diet fads, right? It's like, I'll give you another one for an example, which is kind of the opposite of vegan, actually.
Carnivore?
The keto diet.
A keto diet,
right? The keto diet's focused on meat, for the most part.
Yeah.
But like, it's like overemphasized on a meat when people join this diet, because basically like people thinks like, oh, I can eat meat, so I'm just gonna eat like like cheeseburgers but without the bun, that kind of thing. And it's like, no, that's like, it's still in style of the diet, but that's like, you're gonna get so sick and tired of these crappy meals. Like if you just would prepare like a nice steak dinner with some like grilled vegetables on the side, and like you can really spruce it up and make it so like you can make it through this diet no problem. It's the same thing with like veganism, right? Where it's like, stop eating cardboard. Like eat a nice, like make a salad, crush some nuts on there, put some like nice sesame oil on there. Like it's so good.
I feel like have you ever been to like Whole Foods and like the supermarket and then someone's like, oh, is this vegan? Like, let me check to see if this is vegan or not.
Man. Like, don't even get me started
I
with
feel
that.
like though, honestly, like if you need to ask, is this vegan? Then like you have kind of like your values out of place.
You know what's vegan.
Yeah. You should know what's vegan.
You know what's vegan.
Yeah. But the thing is like it goes back to, I really feel like veganism in the United States is like a religion now where you have to have your membership.
It is.
And it's funny because I feel like one of the reasons why veganism started big time in the West Coast is because like the lack of traditional religion and like group mindedness, like everyone kind of like shirked traditional religion, so that you have to have something to replace with, and that's where the spirituality and all the cults and stuff come from.
Actually that makes a lot of sense because I think like if you look at the culture on the East Coast, it's based on Puritans. Yeah. Like Christian Puritans. And although I think these days, like in general, like religion has like really declined a lot in the entire world, but the value system and kind of the fundamentals of the culture on the East Coast are still kind of established in that Puritan Christian mindset. Whereas on the West Coast in America, like there's really no religion that's established over there. Yeah. Right. It was such a wild frontier land that it's like religion was kind of thrown aside because society really didn't exist over there. Yeah. Right.
It was just people wanted to get rich, want to make money either through the beaver fur trade or whatever, or like the gold rush.
Yeah. So, it's kind of funny that's like West Coast is kind of just built off like being like get rich quick schemes.
Well, that's but here's the thing.
It fits so well with the culture there.
I mean, but that's why like I remember when I went there, because I grew up in Germany, right, which has like thousands of years of history, right? Yeah. And Europe always has like these super old buildings and stuff. Yeah. And I go to Boston, which is like the Europe of America. Yeah. And like there's a ton of history there. Yeah. And then
no, it's done. It's done. No,
get a tissue. For those who are listening to our podcast, Austin spilled and he was trying to wipe it away with his hand.
And it worked too until he brought attention to it.
No, because people watch this stuff. They see this. They know this. Yeah. So when I remember when I went to Seattle, the first thing that really hit me was like the rootlessness of everything. And actually, to be honest, okay, I got to tell you too. Okay. The first time I ever really experienced white people, like white stereotypical white culture, was in Seattle.
Really?
Like, yeah. Okay. Because like on the East Coast, right? Because we have a deeper history, deeper roots. So like, of course, I'm white, but I'm also Greek and Italian. And so we have our Greek stuff. We have our Italian stuff. And then like you have the Irish Catholics too. And you have like the other people who have these like deeper roots. Like even where I was from, I grew up in a fairly wealthy town. Okay. But you had like the yuppie yacht people, and those are kind of like that's a tribe in and of itself right there, Yeah. But then when I went to Seattle, and I remember like I had a roommate who was from Kirkland. Okay. And he was super white. I was like, so what do you like to do? He's like, hey, I like to go hiking. And he was wearing cargo shorts all the time. And like he did like ugly sweater Christmases and stuff. And just like he didn't really, it didn't feel like he had much of like a cultural identity. He's like, yeah, I'm American and I like hiking. I was just like, dude, this guy's so white,
it's funny because when I imagine like stereotypical white America, I think of like Midwest, like Wisconsin.
Yeah. I mean,
they're like, we're going to have some tacos.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Yeah. Don't make them too spicy, all right?
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about there. Yeah, no, it's just like, because I remember because like, I don't know. I just always, it's funny how like we talk about like white people, but there's a lot of variation stuff. But then I feel like I said, because on the West Coast, there's so much like restlessness and stuff and like their lack of roots. So I feel like things like veganism really take hold.
I'm gonna be biased, obviously, because I'm from the West Coast. But I really like when I imagine the West Coast, I imagine it as literally the jungle. Yeah. Like it's not actually a jungle because, you know, it's like we don't really have jungles in the US, but like I imagine it as the jungle, and then the East Coast is like the civilized part of America, because it's like even nowadays the idea of moving to California, just restarting your life and just trying to hit it big, that's still a thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it started off with the gold craze, but like it started then in like the early 1900s, you know, I'm gonna go to San Francisco and I'm gonna make it big over there, like starting a business, or I'm gonna move to Hollywood and be an actor, right? It's like you have the movie The Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah, right.
Where are they going? They're going to California, right? Because they're abandoning everything and they're just gonna try and get rich over there.
Yeah.
And it's like that mindset still exists over there, where it's like you're the reason why I call it a jungle is because like animals in the jungle are constantly fighting for for survival, basically, but trying to get one up on the other person, right? And it's the same thing over in West Coast culture. It's like the reason why religions don't exist over there is because people already have established religions where they're trying to adopt new fads, like veganism, like new diets. They're trying to do new exercise ways, new like philosophical ways of thinking, just because they think it'll up their status in society. Right. It's like, oh, I'm living my life. Oh, well, I can't say you don't have a Tesla now, but what? I don't know. You don't have a hybrid car, like, you know, like I feel like all the trends in the US, they always start on the West Coast.
Well, yeah, I mean that also has to do with the fact that, like, I don't know, the media capital is LA. You know, that's where all the movies are. That's Hollywood, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes sense. And that's why, you know, standard American English is now like California English. Yeah. You know, it's because of the movies.
Yeah.
But what was, you know, it's funny though that you mentioned about like going west, going to California to reinvent yourself. Cause I feel like in Japan, at least in the Kanto area, I've known multiple people who have like gone down in their life and they go to reinvent themselves in Kamakura or Shonan.
Yeah, actually, And
you know,
that's a thing.
And you know what's funny? Like, so I'm not vegan, and I don't try to be like woo woo about that stuff, but I really like kombucha.
Oh yeah,
kombucha, the fizzy tea stuff.
It can taste okay.
Yeah, depending on the brand.
Some really bad.
Well, yeah, actually, you know it's funny because Natsumi's friend gave her like a mother a starter, so we have kombucha in our house now. Okay, we could just make it, but
sure.
But like in Japan, kombucha is like tea made from the kombu kelp, you know?
Yeah.
But kombucha, there's actually near the Kamakura Daibutsu, there's a kombucha store where you can actually go and you can get kombucha there. And I was like, this is so like West Coast California, like vegan, whatever. And it's right there.
It is, Shonan totally is that. Yeah. Like you talk to so many people down in Shonan, and I mean myself included, because I basically did the same thing.
Yeah.
But they're just like, yeah, I used to live in Tokyo, and then, you know, it just got too much for me, and I just really want a slow life, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the hippie culture is such a big thing in Shonan.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny because I remember like the woman who was making the kombucha, she had dreadlocks.
Yeah. Like, oh, you see that all the time down there.
Yeah.
Like, you go to Fujisawa and like the dreadlocks are just, you see it everywhere.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, it's funny because we talk about how, you know, you love Shonan, and I was thinking in the future, you know, if I were single, I would definitely live in Shonan.
Yeah.
But then I was trying to think about areas where I would like to live, because at the beginning I was like, oh, I want to live in Kamakura, but I was thinking, do I want to live in Kamakura just because I don't know the other places? But I don't know, man. I feel like Kamakura has a nice balance of like the hippie kind of woo woo like alternative crowd, but then they also have like the old money kind of like wealthy, noble people.
Yeah.
Genteel people.
I feel like proper Kamakura, like around the station, very much has like the older, wealthy crowd.
Yeah.
And the closer you get to Enoshima, the more hippie it becomes.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever actually had vegan food here?
I've been to vegan restaurants. I have.
And what would you get at the vegan restaurant?
We had the fake meat that I talked about, which was terrible.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I had was like a nice salad.
Okay.
Which I did like.
Yeah. You know, it's yeah. I don't know. You know, it's funny because a lot of tourists, when they come to Japan, they're like, I'm celiac or I'm vegan.
Yeah,
Is there a place for me?
So here's the thing that really bothers me.
Yeah.
And this kind of goes back to what we've been talking about, like with the West Coast people trying to like one up each other.
Yeah.
And the vegan culture kind of adopting that. But you can't just be vegan. There's like a million different levels of vegan.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, we'll start off, there's vegetarianism. Right? And what's the difference between vegan and vegetarianism? Vegetarians eat animal products or can.
They don't eat animals, but they eat animal products.
Yeah. So like butter, milk,
eggs,
like those kind of things that don't harm animals. Yeah. They're okay with, but there's like also levels of vegetarians.
Well, also, you have pescatarians, which are people who can eat fish, which is pretty much what the traditional Japanese diet is.
Yeah. Right? You have that. You have people who will be vegetarian, but they won't eat factory farm animals, so only free range animals, the animal products. But then like vegans, you have like another. That's the same thing. You have like different levels of vegans, right? You have like hardcore vegans who will like literally only eat plants.
Yeah.
Right. It's like even like nuts or like oils are too much. You have vegans who won't eat anything processed.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it comes from an animal or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's all these different layers, and it's like it feels from an outsider, everyone's just trying to one up each other.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, you're a vegan? Well, what level of vegan are you? You know?
Yeah.
I'm like a level 56 vegan.
Yeah. No, it's have you because like so back in around 2010, I was actually really into juicing, not steroids, but juicing vegetables.
It's Arthur.
I'm into juicing. Muscles. More muscle even though I don't work out. Yeah. Will that still help me? No, but no. So were you aware of that fad about like juicing and stuff?
Dude, I remember the infomercial guy that was like really into juicing. He was like this old man.
Yeah, Jack LaLanne, I think his name is.
Yeah. God, it was like 15 years ago or something, right?
Well, that was 2010, you know?
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's weird.
15 years ago.
He died.
Yeah, he did.
He died like, I think 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. But yeah, that guy was like really into juicing. You would always see his infomercials and okay. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, so because in America around 2010, this whole thing about juicing fruits and vegetables became huge. And there were people who talked about going on a juicing fast, which is not just putting the vegetables and fruit in a blender, but it's literally like you have a machine that cuts and presses it to take the juice out and you throw away the pulp or whatever.
Yeah.
And because that's supposed to be like extra concentrated to help you detox. Yeah. But I got to tell you, so I didn't believe
so bad for you.
I didn't believe all the woo-woo stuff, man. But when I decided to get a juicer and I was trying because I liked it because it was great. I can make fresh apple juice with vegetables and stuff in it. And I'll tell you, after about a week of doing that, like my skin changed. It was so cool. I never was like the kind of like the crazy people who were like,
oh, like it changed for the better?
It changed for the better. Got a lot better.
Interesting.
No, but it like so you had like even amongst the vegan crowds, you had like the juicing crowd, which was like, I'm only going to juice fruits and vegetables. I'm only going to live on that, you know? But I don't know. It was good. It's funny that we talk about this because like when I was in college, I didn't have very much money.
Yeah.
And meat was expensive. Mm-hmm. So I just started to cook with vegetables.
Yeah.
And even after I got money, I kept doing that. I've only actually recently now I cook for my family, so I put meat in it too. But when I cook for myself, I never put I never put meat in my food. I just don't like cooking with meat. It's kind of dirty and gross. I have to wash my hands all the time. But I remember like just a few days ago, I was making curry for my family and I was ready to set it to go, and I forgot to put in meat. I was like, oh, wait, I have to put in the meat for everyone. But it's funny because when I would make food with my friends or they'd see me eat something at home in America, they're like, where's the meat? I don't have it. Like, are you vegan or vegetarian? No. Like, why aren't you eating meat? It's like, I just don't want to.
Dude, yeah.
They try to put you in this box.
You know, I'm about to say something disgusting, and I feel like you're going to judge me for this, but...
Okay.
When I was in college,
yeah,
I used to cook spaghetti and just cook the tomato sauce and then spaghetti.
What do you mean? Again, tomato sauce and just eat it?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my friends used to judge me so much. They're like, dude, you don't put any like ground beef or chicken or anything in there.
Oh yeah, it's like, where's your protein?
Yeah, it's like, dude, I can't afford that shit. What are you talking about?
Okay,
I'm a college student.
We don't have too much time left, but I just want to talk about how, like, in America, you have like the medicalization of food, where food
you talk about it through macros.
Yeah, and you talk about it through like its benefit. Like I remember, because I was really into tea. I love tea.
Yeah.
And I tried oolong tea and green tea, all these types of tea, and people say, "Oh, what's the health benefits of this tea?"
Well, it's got good antioxidants.
It's like I don't know. I like it. They're like, yeah, but what do you drink it for? I like it.
Do you know what an antioxidant is? I don't.
Do you know what a polyphenol is?
No.
You should, man. Come on, where are you? No, but what's funny is because now, like, and you know, since moving to Japan, this has become even stronger. But I remember, like, when my parents come over, my sister comes over, and like she's cooking food. She's like, "What do you want for protein? Like, what protein do you want to eat?" And I'm like, "What do you mean like meat?"
Yeah.
Yeah, meat. I was like, yeah, okay, meat is not protein. There's a bunch of other stuff in it too, but it's like, like I remember when I cooked some food and it didn't have any meat in it, and my mom was like, "Arthur, where's the protein?" Like, well, you have beans, you have rice. That makes a complete protein right there. Like, what's the deal? But it was almost like they don't see things for their health benefits. They're like, "Oh, this is protein. I need to have protein. This is protein." You know, like
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know, wow. It just kind of dawned on me. I kind of wish we had a little bit more time to talk about this, because
we can go for a few more minutes.
We went this whole episode without really mentioning how difficult it is if you are a vegan here in Japan.
Yeah.
Right? It's so like that's one of the things that I hear from people coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone will come and visit, like, for example, Tokyo, and Tokyo is famous for everything. Yeah, right. It's like you can't come to Tokyo and not find something. That's like the mentality that people have. And then they come here and they go to restaurants here, and they're used to America. Like, you know, the restaurant on the menu will have a vegan
option.
part.
Yeah,
it'll have a vegan option. You come to a restaurant here in Japan, excuse me, do you have a vegan menu? They'll look at you like
vegan?
Yeah. They'll look at you like you're crazy. Like, what are you talking about? This is the menu. Yeah, pick something that you want.
Yeah, because it's like in America, you know, the customer is king. So the chef is the server that has to adjust to the taste of the customer. Whereas like in Japan, there's more of a posture of you respect the process of what's being made. You respect the chef, and you eat what he has, what he makes for you. But you know, it's funny though, because this comes up in Japanese travel planning groups on Facebook all the time.
Yeah,
like, I'm vegan. How do I find vegan stuff? And I've never downloaded it because I've never needed it. But they mentioned this Happy Cow app. Like if you type in Happy Cow, it'll show you like vegan restaurants in Tokyo that you can go to or something, or restaurants you can go to if you're vegan. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I mean, dude, why don't you just eat fish? Like you could eat fish.
Yeah, well, you know what? Okay, if somebody wants to be vegan, it's like that's that thing. But like, stop going to restaurants.
Yeah,
just make it yourself.
Yeah, like
you can just go to the grocery store and get like a really good like tofu meal. Yeah. Like, man, tofu is like really, really good. Yeah, I love tofu.
Yeah, I do. So I do got to say, this is going to be a sad story to kind of end off of, but like, like a couple years ago, I was in Niigata watching TV, and they were talking about this guy who makes like the best octopus in the world.
Okay. And
he was like, yeah, the reason why it's so good is I keep it alive right until the last minute. Like I make sure, like as I'm filleting it, that it stays alive and stuff. And I remember they showed the process on screen. Yeah. And like the octopus was writhing. Yeah. Like you could see it was in pain. He's like, yeah, I just turn it inside out and rip off its eyeballs and stuff. But I make sure it still is alive. And I could see it like writhing. And you know, sometimes I don't want to humanize animals too much. So I actually looked up and saw like how much pain octopuses feel. Yeah. And it's like the same level as humans. So I was like, I was watching someone get inflated and tortured right there. So since that time, I actually have not been able to bring myself to eat octopus. Yeah. And Natsumi's family still makes fun of me a little bit for that. Today,
it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'll kind of end on your end.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem killing stuff.
No, I have no problem killing some, but like extending it so that it's like as painful as possible for the animal. Though that's like
like I'll give you a good example. So when my wife and I were getting married, my family came for the wedding, right? And I remember my mom and my sister Chelsea came, and we met them, and we immediately took the Shinkansen, the bullet train, to Kyoto. Yeah. Right. Or actually, sorry, we took it to Osaka, and we met a family friend of ours, or of mine, that lives in Hyogo.
Yeah.
And so we all met up for dinner, and served at the dinner were these live shrimp.
Okay.
That were brought to our table live.
Yeah.
And we had to boil them.
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of squeamish at the table. There was like, oh my God, I don't want to literally hold it, because you got to pick them up and hold them down in the boiling water. And like, obviously an animal that's boiling alive does not want to be in boiling water.
Yeah, of course. You have to hold it down.
So like, I finally just picked it up and shoved it into the boiling water. And as soon as it touched it, it leapt. Yeah. But I held it down and just like shoved it more.
Man.
And it let out this like scream. Obviously it was a shrimp, so it wasn't actually screaming. But it was the
air?
Like the air under the shell.
Yeah.
But it sounded like it was like, ah! And so everyone was like really uncomfortable at the table and didn't want to eat it. But I was just like, oh, well, it's shrimp. Yeah. Like it started eating.
Man.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe the torture makes them taste better.
Dude. No, it's funny you say that, because so my grandpa owned like a seafood restaurant, and he would make lobster. One time he had my sister, who was like probably 10 at the time, come and watch him make a lobster. And she watched the lobster thrive in the pot, and then he stopped. She hasn't eaten lobster since that day, and she's like 36 now. Yeah. So, but anyways, this is kind of a sad note, but this is where we can stop. Yeah. Do you remember what we're going to talk about next time?
Man, we just discussed it earlier. What was it?
I remember. We're going to talk about things in Japan that are called American.
That's right.
That are really strange to us.
Yeah.
Great. I'll see you next time.
See you, man.